Good day and welcome to Conversations. It is a series brought to you by the Methodist Church in the BVI Circuit. And it is a series where we will be talking about those topics that relate to us as Methodists and in the celebration of our faith. Reverend Lewis is here today with us. He is the superintendent of the Methodist Church here in the BVI Circuit, and he's going to tell us a little bit about conversations and what to expect in the upcoming feature.
Yes. So thank you, Dr. Samuel. And on behalf of a grateful church,
Yes.
we want to thank you for being our co-host on Conversation for the Lenten segment.
Yes.
And it was my delight to share with you these 7, 8 sessions of Lent. And to your viewers, I trust that it has tickled your appetite and, as we say, whet your appetite for a further conversation with you and your colleagues and friends and your classmates at church and the conversation throughout the Christian community that you will share, and you will be curious in worship, curious as a disciple of Jesus Christ, to want to know more. Jesus calls us into an exploration. He calls us into an adventure. Some people think the Christian life is some kind of boring thing. Maybe we do at times present people in trying to present an alternative to lifestyle, and persons feel that is not for them. But as we said during the Lenten season, the way of the cross leads all. And we have to go through the way of the cross.
Yes.
And we've just talked about the importance of the resurrection of Jesus Christ for our faith and for our life journey in this world, or else we'll have nothing our life will be one big suicide.
Yes.
And we'd have nothing to look forward to. We'd have lost all our investment of life and living without the resurrection. So in our coming series, we will be taking you along the picturesque journey of Methodism in the history and development of the BVI, and also the importance of the teachings of our faith.
Yes.
Sometimes, the Methodist heritage involves many other faiths. So all of the Church of God of prophecy, Church of God of holiness, even we are linked with the Moravian Church. So all of that, it is not just we are some little cul-de-sac faith here. So there is what is called the Wesleyan heritage, of which we are part. And even that you will be learning that what we call the Methodist Church is an amalgamation of many other churches, smaller versions of churches before, that has come together.
Right.
And that we have our own distinct and unique feature within the Caribbean setting.
Right.
So we are referred to as the Methodist Church in the Caribbean
and
the Americas. We are part of 8 district conferences that has amalgamated and connected to find themselves into the MCCA.
Right.
And that is a rich and beautiful history. And so when we come to that to tell the story of the BVI, we are one of the oldest Christian faith community in the BVI, and we have been involved in empowering the people of the BVI to be who they are. So what we have become as a BVI community is as a direct result of our ancestors in the faith.
Yes.
They have worked tirelessly and worked towards the hope of the future, and we are that hope. And we have to continue working that legacy in Jesus Christ.
Right.
And so we will have persons in our community who are quite knowledgeable about the Methodist Church and its history and its heritage. And some of our well-known teachers and theologians who will share with us during the months of May and June.
Exactly.
So I look forward to sharing that with us.
That's really good to that's really good to hear, Rev, because what I know, I mean, I don't know everything, but what I do know is that Methodist was involved in education in a big way in the BVI, early education. So I was glad to hear you mention educators as
Yes.
one of those who may be coming in to talk about Methodism
Yes.
and in the BVI.
In the BVI,
So
yes.
that's awesome. It sounds exciting. So this is going to happen in May
And June.
and June.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are going to span what we call the octave of Methodist heritage, and during that time, and all that has to do with it. And beyond conversations, will be focusing on social issues
Oh,
and those
great.
things that pertain to us, our
Yes,
family
in our everyday
life,
lives.
or everyday
Yes,
life.
yes.
Yes. So we want to thank Brother Michael Jack, for our technician, and those working behind the scene, Brother Letsom, Billy, Brother
Elford
Saint-Hilaire,
Parsons.
Brother Elford Parsons, and all those who are behind the scenes of conversations.
Great.
So stay tuned, and we thank you for joining us today.
And thank you, Reverend Lewis, for bringing this initiative. And it's important for us to grow. We need to grow as a people.
Yes.
And because we are Christians doesn't mean that we stay stagnant. We should
Right.
be growing as Christians as well. And as I said previously, when Jesus walked the earth, he set the example of how we need to live every day.
Yes.
And all of these tools are here for us to bring our faith to our everyday lives, right? Because we're one, is part of who we are. So I really look forward, I'm excited to hear about this initiative. I want to encourage the listeners, get your children, all your young people, so that they can hear about this heritage. It's important for us to understand who we are and from whence we cometh, right?
Yes.
And so we know how we can now move forward. So it's a great heritage. I look forward to that conversation.
Yes.
And join us in May and June, for conversations on our Methodist heritage.
And we want to say to our parents,
Yes.
so the church school department is having a catechism, junior catechism competition that will be on the 15th of May. So we want you to get your children in and to
Get them ready.
participate and to learn the faith.
Yes.
Yes, and that initiative is by the Church School Commission.
Yes.
And I think the Girls Brigade combined. So get involved and not just learn the faith, learn who we are, our own identity, and why we are so special.
Yes.
The Lord has raised us up to spread scriptural holiness, to reform the nation.
And we need it in a time
Yes.
like this. So see you soon on further episodes of Conversations, and we'll be talking about the Methodist heritage. Bye for now.